Hey guys, welcome to the adventures. Where the heck have we been? Obviously not on the road. We're here home in our cabin. And yeah, so it gets a little slow sometimes at the beginning of the year. So we threw it out there at our boss. Hey, if anybody needs to sit at home because there's just not enough runs for all of the drivers, then send us home. We'll take it, no pay. And that way we can ensure that everybody that needs a paycheck can receive a paycheck. So we took some time off to help the boss out and flex the lack of bid runs. And so it's just a normal thing in the trucking and packaging after it's the holiday low. Unfortunately, we got sick, so we've been sick almost the whole time we've been home. I made a video for you guys last week, but then I got too sick to edit it and put it out there for you guys, so I'm really sorry about that. And I also know that this video, the sound isn't nearly as good as the truck. There's a little bit of echo. We have really tall ceilings in our cabin and everything is wood, so it creates the echo. And all of our equipment is to make videos in a semi because that's what our channel is all about. But we also make a video about a year's recap, what the year was about and where we see it going, where we see the trucking lifestyle and where trucking has taken us, where we've been and things like that. So we always kind of dabble into our personal life and kind of let you guys see a little bit more of just the everyday living in the truck kind of thing and all those trucking adventures. And so we started out the year in 2023 in a Volvo, and we only stayed in that Volvo until the springtime. And some of you are thinking, well, that's kind of crazy. Why would you give up that gig? So the way FedEx Ground works is it's made up by a bunch of different contractors. And so each contractor owns different runs and they have different equipment and the pay scale is different between each contractor. So you make a deal or you make a bid with each contractor. And so we had been with one contractor almost our entire FedEx career. So we've now been at FedEx for 7 years. So last fall, when we came back on for this season, we went with a new contractor and we were promised a new Volvo, a route, a dedicated route, and then also more pay. We got the big more pay, we got the new truck, but the routing was insanity. It was like feast or famine. We were working just about 7 days a week. They said they were giving us off a day, but we would get home at like 5 a.m. on Sunday morning and then have to leave back out at 7 p.m. Or leave out Monday morning at 2 a.m. So that's not really a day off. That's like hurry up, get your laundry done. Like we would have more spare time sitting in a truck stop, crazy enough. And church is important to us, so we're not gonna miss church. But we were running like 7,000 miles 1 week, and then every once in a while we would get like 4,000 miles, and it was just creating havoc like on our personal lives and like eating schedules, sleeping schedules, and things like that that we just felt like long-term sustainable. And the reason we were going back on the road full time was to pay off our house. So we were gonna do this for at least a minimum of 2 years. We felt like that model was not sustainable. It didn't matter how well we were getting paid, how nice the truck was. It was not long-term sustainable. And we've talked about that a lot this year, guys. What does it look and what do you need to do to be a successful truck driver? Like, what do you have to do? What companies do you need to go to? What questions do you need to ask? We covered a wide range to help you guys understand how to have better success in the trucking industry. And so the information we put out there is because it's the authentic real life that we live. We're not just social media content creators that are just putting fluff out there to look good and sound good. What you see is our real life. So when some of you say you guys make cooking in the cab look easy, you make cooking that set of doubles look easy, you make your schedule look easy, that's because we've done it over and over and over and over and over and over for a million miles, literally over a million miles. We have continued to tweak and execute everything that we're doing. Little one thinks they're going to sneak right over here and get this ornament that looks fun. No, 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 leave it. So guys, because of that, then we called back our old contractor and we're like, look, can we renegotiate? Can we work out the differences that we had with each other? And it was over maintenance issues of a truck. That's why we had switched contractors. So he said, yeah, I'll get you a new truck. It was gonna have to be an international. So we got a 2024 international truck in May. And then we were gonna get the Orlando dedicated route and still get good pay. So we made the switch in the trucking and went back to our old contractor. And it's been going wonderful ever since. And so also at that same time, because of all that deals and working out those details, we did decide to ultimately sell our food truck. So we closed it at the end of the last year. Pretty sure that we were gonna do that, but we spent a time in a season of prayer and rest and just waiting to see where God led and what was gonna happen, because life is part of a big puzzle, big dynamics. And so we were just kind of waiting on that and seeing what was happening. And that way we could make the best decision. And so we went ahead and sold the food truck. It went to a wonderful home. It went to somebody that I personally know that has another small business that has basically made over a barn that has an indoor farmers market. She empowers other farmers, artists, and local small business owners. And so it's at a wonderful home. So that's like the springtime. And so we started getting in the niche, getting in the groove of just doing our thing, getting in our rhythm. But at the same time, unfortunately, with the church that we had started, there started to be a little bit of, we'll call it dysfunction. And so I want to cover this topic very carefully. And all of this information I'm covering is because a lot of you really do care about us, and we really thank you for that. And you guys have asked this question: what's going on with your house? What's going on with your church? And things like that. And so I'm going to kind of cover a little bit of that. And so I just want you to remember that a church is full of broken people. The world is full of broken people. And just because you're a Christian or just because you're at a church and you have different positions doesn't exempt you from experiencing being a human and living in a fallen world. And so our pastor had experienced a lot of different things in his personal life. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get into all the details. That's his personal story, his personal life. But things just weren't going well with the church. And so we tried to just figure it out. We did exactly what the Bible told us to do. And we, talked it out the best we could with one another and with our board. And then we sought wise counsel, and we did some mentorship and some mediation and sought wise counsel and spent time in prayer and a time in rest. We did all of these things. And despite all of that, because we're all still human, we decided that things just couldn't work out. And so we ultimately gave the decision to our pastor. And fast forward this fall in September, he decided to close down the church. And so that opened up another big season. But early in the spring and the summer, we were kind of dealing with all of that kind of stuff. And that affected us personally. It was a tough road. Nobody wants to go down that kind of road travel, when there's just conflict with people that you care about. And so we didn't make as big as headway. I'm going to be honest with you. We did not make as big as headway as we wanted on paying off our house. So that was tough. And we got refocused. We did cash flow, putting a new roof on our house. So that was around $20,000 that we cash flowed, putting a new roof on our house. And so that was a big project that we did get done this year. So thank goodness for that. Another big project that we had is our vehicle started having trouble in the beginning of the year. And so we have to have four-wheel drive where we live. We could come home from the truck and we could have like a foot of snow or more. It could be ice, so we do need to have a four-wheel drive vehicle. We do get home typically at like 3 a.m. So we need to make sure that we can like make it up our road, make it up our driveway, and things like that. And so we decided to go ahead, sell our vehicle, and pay cash, do an upgrade. Scott handles all of those logistics of like which vehicle we're gonna get. I tell him some things that I want, like a dark interior, four-wheel drive, how many seats, things like that. And then he goes to town, he found So we ended up with an Infiniti QX, and so it's a really, really nice vehicle. We immediately took it on a road trip in the summertime to go see our grandbabies and go up to my uncle's place, and it was wonderful. It was like 2,000 miles. And then the transmission started to have problems. Thankfully, we had a warranty, but what we found out is that nobody rebuilds these transmissions. And so to get a used transmission meant that it would come out of a wrecked vehicle. You guys, we're transportation specialists. We're in the trucking industry. You know how it is with accidents and things like that. We did not feel comfortable spending money or letting a warranty cover 100% of the work to put a transmission from a wrecked vehicle into our vehicle that we were going to be keeping. So we had to shell out $3,000 to have a transmission put in our vehicle. So that full tune was close to $8,000, and $3,000 of it had to come out of our pocket. So that set us back a little bit. And because we're trucking nerds, a few weeks later, we noticed another sound. So we only get to drive our personal vehicle 2 days out of the week. So it makes everything difficult in time lapses and goes by, and you take it to this shop and you take it to that shop, and we hear this rattling, we hear this sound, and I'll just say, long story short, it was about ready to jump time. So we had to put even more money into the truck because it about jump timed. So unfortunately, now we have more money in our nice new used vehicle than it's really worth, but that's how life goes, and you just go with the flow. So now, luckily, we did have some other things done to it, so it should last us a good long while. It's running great now. So yeah, we upgraded our vehicle, got a new roof on, and then we had Christmas, and we did a couple other small projects. We put up some new ceiling fans. We did some other things. Actually, this is a project that we did. So this closet was completely crazy. If you've heard in some of our videos, we talk about how we bought our house fully hoarded and how it's taken us a long time to work through everything because not everything was just trash or junk. And so there was quilts that she had made in this closet and some other things. We completely took everything out, put these shelves in. We got the wood from a local sawmill and we stained it and we painted the inside, and now we made it into a desk because we didn't really need a coat closet. We made it into a desk and then also a little Willow's cage in bed. So there's a gate that'll go up once the paint is good and dry, but we want it to harden. It takes a little while to do that. But yeah, then Willow, when we go to church and things like that, she'll stay right underneath here. And so we knocked out this project before we got sick. But yeah, we've done some little house projects. We've just continued to work around our home, things like that. But that's really the progress we made in our financial journey this year. We know we could have made so much more, but sometimes life just gets you. Sometimes it starts to run you over. And with the sale of our business and the close of our church and all of those life dynamics of things, and just going from being self-employed to back on the road full time, all the time, life just ran us over a little bit. And so now we're really committed to being back focused. We're gonna purposely inflict poverty on ourselves so that way we can really just knock out some more projects and also get our house paid off. So the goal is to get our house paid off in 2 years. We've decided 2026 spring, it needs to be paid off. So we're just gonna have to make it work, guys. We're gonna have to make it work. For this year though, as we went back on, we were really committed to making our semi into more of a home, more than ever yet. And so hot water, and unfortunately my hot water heater, my hike crew went out. I worked with them, they have great customer service, and so I got it fixed once, but I just think that the hike crew really isn't the best fit for the semi because there's so much jiggling and rattling and bumps and potholes and bridge seams. You guys know. So I think it's a wonderful product. Totally would get it again to use in maybe like my glamper. If we were going camping, things like that, I think it would be a much, much, much better fit. So I have my eye out for some other units. I'm gonna be working with those, but I had to kind of go back to my old model with the jug, but that's okay. We're working through it. But you guys know that we put wallpaper into our semi this year. We've done even more with our cooking and the air fryer. And so I feel like it's been a successful year making the semi into our home and really putting out great content to you guys. And I know that it's not just me believing that or you guys believing that, but we also got recognized by Sirius XM Road Dog Trucking Channel. One of those is the Dave Nemo show, and I got to air on that for just a short segment, which was 15 minutes, but I'm so grateful for that. So thank you for that opportunity. Then we were also mentioned on Lindsay's show that is typically aired on, I think, Saturdays. And so that was fun, just about cooking in the cab and going down the road, different things like that. So she spotlighted us on her show. We didn't have an interview, but we were spotlighted. So thank you for that opportunity. And then again, we've been working with Casey Phillips, and we did a wonderful Thanksgiving interview. That was a half-hour segment. And then we also did a Christmas Day segment that was an entire hour long. And we have plans to continue to work with him in the future to do other interviews and bring some other content with that. We're super excited about what that holds. And then also News Nation. We did 2 interviews with News Nation. So we were on their Truck Week that they showcased about the trucking industry and that input on it. And then also during how we feel safe on the holiday roads with all these thefts and things like that that happen during the holiday season. And so we want to thank them for that opportunity. And then we've also had the opportunity to coach many of you guys. And so we started doing a coaching thing, and right now it's free. One day, I promise you, it probably will not be free. So if you're looking to get coached, join in now. It's kind of like a test pilot. And so this year, we were able to coach a couple couples that were early in the industry, so they're husband and wife, and they came on and they were trying to make adjustments to living on the road, the lifestyle. Now, unfortunately, sometimes it didn't always work out, but we still helped them find what the best fit for them in their life was, and seeing if trucking was what they wanted to do with their life. Now, we have another couple that is doing phenomenal. They've made the changes and they are killing it. Now they're having a tough discussion with each other about, do we pay off our house or do we sell it and we bank a whole lot of money? You guys, they're well on their way to super great success. And they say directly that if it wasn't for the advice that we give them, if it wasn't for that kind of advice and helping them make the changes that they needed to make, that they would have quit. They were worn out, they were exhausted, they were tired, they were run down, and it was just more than they could handle. We worked with them, we helped them make some small changes that had a big impact, and they're doing phenomenal. So I want to encourage you guys, if you need help, don't hesitate. Like, comment below, find us on Facebook and Instagram, and we would love to help you guys. That's what our channel is about. It's not about making a whole bunch of money. Yes, one day, am I going to have to retire from trucking? Yes. So what does that look like? To me, I would love to be able to do one-on-one coaching, especially specializing in husband and wife or team drivers. I would love to help do personal organizations in your truck to help you personally make your truck into a home so that it's best for you guys and what you need. I would love to have my own merch line. And then also, one thing I can tell you I'm already working towards is having an affiliate link. So all of the things that I mentioned, I have my own Amazon store, and you can go straight on there and you can buy all of those things, make it really easy just to click and buy. You can use Amazon Locker. Just a heads up, a lot of these things are really, really small that we have in the semi, so they will all qualify and fit for the Amazon Locker ship that you guys see at truck stops. If you don't know about that, check out that video, Amazon Locker, and I kind of go over how that could work for you. But yeah, that's kind of what this year has been like. We're still in the international. We're going to keep being in the international, so it has about 150,000 miles on it. Just since May. It's a 2024. We've not had any problems with it. It's going smooth. Yeah, so we plan on just crunching it out, continue to be in the truck, continue to make you guys content. Things that we plan to do is we plan on paying a large portion of this house off. So we're going to start making weekly payments again so that we can really, really knock it out. We know the likelihood of them selling our mortgage is pretty high, but that's just what we need to hold ourselves accountable. That's what we're gonna do. So that's the plan. Other plans, I guys already told you, work with Sirius more, do more coaching, get the Amazon link going. Yeah, continue to train this little girl. But yeah, Scott's down in the barn. He's getting the tractor ready because I know y'all have been hearing about it, but there's a northeastern storm coming that's supposed to hit Saturday, Sunday, and we're in the path of the storm. So we live on the mountaintop. Scott's getting the change on the tractor so that we can dig ourselves out if need be. I'm hoping we get like a foot of snow. I want some snow. It's been a while since we got like a good bit of snow. We got like 5 inches the other month, but I want snow. But I'm glad to be home. Sorry I went MIA for like 2 weeks. I don't know, a week and a half. We're back. This is our little project we got done. Now I'm working in my art studio. That's another project for this year, guys, is I'm building an art studio down in my basement. So I do art. Here's one of my watercolor pictures. Let's see, I have another one. Here's my trees. It's nothing real big, it's nothing real fancy. Here's some flowers. There's our front porch. Just dabbling around a little bit. But fun. I have this little tiny miniature book. This is my little album. Another artist challenged me. Here are my tiny paintings. But guys, I'm gonna go back, work on that Amazon store so I can get it up, so I can get some more things done. Then I'm gonna rest up so I can get better. We should be hitting the road on Tuesday, God willing. A storm, who knows, there's supposed to be another storm right behind it. But you guys, be safe. We pray that you guys had a really, really blessed year and that you just are on track to do amazing things. God has big plans for you guys. So be patient with yourself, show grace to yourself, show grace to those that are around you. The trucking industry is a hard industry to be in. There's a reason that it's in the top 10 deadliest and dangerous jobs to work. It's because it's a hard job, guys. So give yourself a little break. If there's any way we can help you, please don't hesitate, you guys. All right, until next time, you guys be safe and enjoy the adventures. Bye.